Hey there everyone, this is Cass with SCNS Live. Thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to check out the video version of this, you can check it out on YouTube. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, all at SCNS Live. Thank you so much and enjoy the show.
You know, it might be a couple of days late, but it's never too late for Halloween candy.
What do you got?
I think I've got some.
I got the red Starburst.
This is 2018
Oh, hey.
on it. Is that bad?
Huh? What?
Hi!
Whoa!
What's up?
Hey!
What's good?
Chew faster.
What are those cartoon eating noises?
I don't know. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of SCNS Live, the Super Cool Nerd Show. We're totally not eating
It's not as fun.
my
as
kids'
I thought it would be.
Halloween candy. Because
Like that candy.
Why does this bucket say...
Satisfying though.
It has a name on there. I see, like, there's an E.
yeah, this is the one time of year my kids pay rent, basically.
Yeah, it's damn.
Bring back the dots. Anyway, thank you all for joining us out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation. And this is our second to last show of the season till we break from the live show and enjoy our holiday season.
No.
So, yeah.
Hey.
Only one more to go, and the last one will be pretty much our best of show.
Yeah.
This one, however, since it is November and we won't be around when the holiday season starts.
Wait, what?
Well, when Christmas starts. We won't be doing live shows.
There we go. We won't be around, maybe
We
a little
decided-
nervous.
We're going to do our whole gift-giving episode, but we put a little twist on it because what we're going to do is pick different members of the cast and say what we would get for them. And then, you know, it's kind of like, would they want that? We'll see. Anyway, speaking of the cast, I am Jason the X. This lady over here is Kat.
Come Cat was my half-baked last-minute idea. Hooray.
I think it's a good,
Good
one.
one.
It's a good one. Over there, that's Cass.
Was
We've got Ricardo over there wearing the... Is that a bathrobe? It's like a bathrobe, right?
It's my Hamilton suit. I got married in this. And it's very, very warm because it's very, very cold outside.
You got married in a bathrobe?
Yes, I did. Thank you, Mindy, for making it. I love you.
Oh, Geeky Seamstress made that.
Yes, Geeky
Okay.
Seamstress made this.
Well, we'll give her credit. She's pretty good. And over there behind the board, Twisted Knobs, making everything sound and look pretty. Producer Cora. What? Is that my... What have you got that candy in?
Put it
Cora.
on. Put it on.
Cowboy hat.
What?
Hold on.
It's funny that you should say... It's funny that you said... Oh, man.
How were you surprised by that?
It was somewhat predictable.
Okay, so I did that before the show. I forgot I wasn't wearing the headset when I did it. I forgot.
It's like
Yeah, there's an obstruction, baby girl.
It's like a burlesque show, but instead of money, they just throw candy in.
Okay, I will accept
Her
that.
thunk.
Okay.
What I want to accept is you just said, I love how she said, oh, it's a cowboy hat. Like just a random one just laying around. Not my cowboy hat. Damn it.
Janet.
Oh.
You should have been like trick or treat. That's my
Anyway,
It's hot.
before,
I got the Snickers and the bag.
before we begin the show, we've made jokes about Brother Bryce has been out for a couple of episodes, but we do want to send thoughts out to our showmate, Bryce. He is dealing with some family issues. Bryce, we wish you the best. We hope that you are back here on the show as soon as possible. We
Love you,
buddy.
Bryce.
So anyway, I know it kind of put a damper because we miss it. Anyway, but let's move past that. Let's kick it off with some super cool nerd news.
Are you gonna talk?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm ready for you to usually that point to me or something. Anyway. On Amazon Prime, we got to watch The Boys, and honestly, it was probably one of my... Well, it wasn't my favorite series. I liked it. We've seen the trope of bad superheroes. Y'all are already shitting on it. But I liked it,
I
okay?
liked it.
I like Carl.
We gave each other a glance and lightly shook our heads.
I know, y'all! Anyway, The Boys Season 2, Carl Urban did just put out filming has completed for season 2. However,
That was quick.
there was one thing. Oh, it's money. They're gonna get it out quick. It's Amazon. Amazon. It's Jeff Bezos' money.
Yeah.
He can pay people to work around the clock. I'm tired. Here's some money.
No, he can't. Well, he does, but it's cheap.
I'm tired. $1,000 just dings off your head. All right, I'm suddenly not tired. Let me edit this episode. Anyway, filming's done, post-production, but there was one scene that they filmed the boys in Toronto, and basically they said, no, you cannot film that scene here. Apparently the scene required about 450 people running and screaming with blood and effects, practical effects on them, like some sort of giant attack had just occurred. Now, if you're familiar, there was a terroristic attack in 2018 in Toronto, and the people of Toronto said basically, and it would have been in the same area that this attack happened.
Oh yeah, then that makes so much sense.
So, the Mel Lastman Square is a memorial site for the 10 people that were killed during a terrorist attack there. And basically they just said, you can't shoot that scene here. And to their credit, they complied. It was shot elsewhere, and it will still be in the series, but yeah. Oh, while I'm happy for the show, I would think that they would have gone out already and said, hey guys, something happened here not too long ago. Maybe not shoot a scene where hundreds of people are literally screaming and running and everything and causing a panic. So regardless, they got the scene shot. I will credit them for complying with the town parish and saying, you're right, we're not going to do this here. We'll take it somewhere else. Good taste all around. I mean, it is a drama.
Did they get credit for that? Do you know what kind of lawsuit they'd be facing?
Well, I mean,
if the city told them no and they did it anyway in the city?
I mean, they do cordon off places where they are shooting like that to prevent just people just, walking in all of a sudden. So it would have been a live set. It's not something they haven't done before in types of filming with natural disasters and everything. But
I know, but if the city tells you you can't do it, it's not really good taste. Exactly.
I'm kind of surprised they went for it, to be honest. I'm pretty sure no one was, there wasn't just no one aware of what happened there.
It may have been a case of when they first came up with the scene, they're like, oh yeah, it'll be fine, and it didn't occur to them that happened.
It's based off something, right? Isn't it based off a graphic novel or something?
Oh, The Boys, yeah.
So it was written and probably started to be sketched out as Toronto before that attack ever went down.
Right. In addition to us who are from another country, filming in another country didn't really occur to us that attack happened. While we may have known about it, when they were doing the filming, probably didn't occur to them until the city brought it up, and then it was
Quite honestly, until Jason said it here a moment ago, I completely forgot there was an attack in Toronto because, well, I mean, we live in 2019 where there's something going on almost every other day. So
I feel like part of it is that it was Toronto specifically, though, because Vancouver is a very well-known shooting site, for films and projects and stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like places like Vancouver, New York, and LA, they move on quicker because their day-to-day life includes elements of a film being made. And if it's in a somewhat quieter town, then
there's
probably need a little more
explosions.
time.
Yeah, there's explosions going on in Vancouver every other week because Aaron is shooting there.
Supernatural.
Yeah.
Running around there, demon faces everywhere.
And while they were cordoning off the set, there are a lot of tall buildings and everything, and people would have been basically reenacting that day of terror.
Yeah.
Who are not part of filming at all. Would just in work, I'm going to get some coffee, do my TPS reports. Yep. Oh my God, people are running and screaming again.
What's going on? Yeah.
So,
well, I think they said it wasn't so much about confusion, though, that it was more about
it's in taste. PTSD. This is strictly in taste.
Yeah.
Which would be odd for the boys.
Yeah. Good taste is not something I associated with him in season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so season 2 is done, and we'll get that series on Amazon soon, hopefully.
2020, mid 2020, right?
Cool.
Kind of scene.
It's okay. I got 5 days until Disney Plus. Yeah. Give Disney me the Plus. Mandalorian. Anyway, Kat, what you got this week?
Text messages, right?
Yeah.
They're weird.
Sure.
No. Over the last week, a bunch of people have started getting very weird text messages from usually people they're very close to and text them a lot that say things like, I don't have the energy to get ready, or on the way home. It turns out that these were all text messages they tried to send on Valentine's Day that didn't go through. A lot of service issues happen on Valentine's Day between several different phone companies. And there has yet to be a really funny, hilarious story about somebody who sent a breakup text or something and it got delivered and they were together, and that hasn't happened yet. But yeah, so if you get a weird text from somebody who definitely didn't send it right then, it's probably from like Valentine's
Somebody
Day.
actually told me today that an ex of theirs got a text from them, and they're like, I don't have a receipt for this, but they've got a text from me. And we started talking, and we thought demons or ghosts or something.
It's Valentine's Day text. I don't know. The companies say that it's not their fault. It's happened over Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, over a number of different phones.
I heard that.
And it was just a year back. All of them were just a year, or was it further?
No, I think it was Valentine's
just
Day.
Just that one day.
That's still so long, though.
That's weird.
That's
if you're on an iPhone, it will not be an iMessage if you get one. It was a text message. iMessages don't get
and no explanation as to why.
No,
it's almost exactly 9 months.
They just kind of like.
That's bizarre, man.
Somebody said one that's like, I'm going to get you pregnant. Yeah, there's a baby happening right about now.
I mean, this explains a lot because of my value.
It explains nothing. Honestly, so that's the first part of it. In other cell phone carrier news, AT&T, who it's the worst, had a $60 million settlement with the FTC for lying to consumers about what the words unlimited means. They settled. That's a slap on the wrist for them. They would throttle data by as much as 90% after 2 gigs of usage on their unlimited plan. So they got slapped for that, which I routinely used 40 gigs when I was on AT&T. And anyway, the next day, they switched a bunch of their customers to a more expensive plan. $10 more for the data. And they were like, oh, we're giving you 15 extra gigs or whatever. A lot of the customers didn't need that. And they charged them $10 more a month. That's not a bad price. But basically, they don't have the option to go back to their old plans.
People should be burning down AT&T offices everywhere.
Really should. I have to say, I used to be on AT&T, and then before that, I was on T-Mobile. I hated T-Mobile, switched to AT&T, switched back to T-Mobile. This is over like 8 years or something, and T-Mobile's been amazing since then.
T-Mobile, it used to be trash. It's really not anymore.
It's unlimited.
It's gotten
it works
so much
really
better.
well.
It's not super expensive, right?
I got free data in Japan and in Korea. Like, it's been a good. T-Mobile's better than it used to be.
I mean, not like giving them free. I've been T-Mobile since like 2004.
See, I switched off in 2004, 2005 was like rough, but then I went back in like 2013, and I've been really happy.
But seriously, this with AT&T,
60 million. You're right. That's not.
It's not very much. It's just that's just a lie. People who are buying unlimited data plans, they routinely have to need at least like 25, 30 gigs for it to even be worth it. And some of us use quite a bit more than that.
I would never just outright call for people to start burning down AT&T buildings and stores. But if you want to...
Let me switch to Verizon first, then y'all can
I won't call the fire department immediately.
I would maybe do that sooner rather than later. That is bonkers.
I gotta wait for a paycheck first.
I would be skeptical about Verizon based on their speeds at different places that I went. Yeah. They always
maybe
lost.
Look at T-Mobile.
We'll see. My wife's with Verizon, so I'm just jumping on thinking and taking over the plan.
I mean, if it's
fire
free,
cleanses all.
That is
fire does cleanse
bonkers.
everything.
But yeah, look at your cell phone bills, I think is the moral here.
Yeah.
This is a PSA from Kat and Super Cool Nerd Show.
AT&T sucks.
As somebody who used to have to deal with their customer service on the regular to activate business lines under their business category, like, please just know.
Oh my goodness.
I know that the T-Mobile CEO makes kind of like cringy content sometimes, but overall it's good company.
Yeah.
And they give you free stuff on Tuesdays. Anyway, that's all I've got.
Cool.
Cora.
Yes.
Hit us.
Okay.
I needed her story after hearing that one.
Yeah, mine's not cheerier.
All right. So, I don't know how many of you are familiar with art programs, but back in the day, there used to be a program called Manga Studio, and it eventually evolved into Clip Studio Paint. It is a wonderful program. If you've never tried it out, try out their free trial. It's great, but that's not the whole of our story today. Not just a free plug for Clip Studio. Clip Studio partnered with the Texas Computer Education Association, or TCEA, to bring free 6-month trial version, or not trial, but 6-month versions of their program to 10,000 Texas schools, starting on October 23rd of this year and going into June 30th of next year. They were quoted as saying that this partnership opens up a world of possibilities for Texas students. Having high-quality creative software like Clip Studio Paint Debut allows students to learn in engaging ways that help develop a number of skills at once, from learning the basics of technology use to the rudiments of art and design. So the point is to try and cultivate an understanding of technology as well as art. So essentially, it's kind of like a intro to digital art kind of program, which is why I think it's probably only 6 months, because I know at my school that was only a semester, so that was only about 4 to 6 months. So I think it's great.
Are they giving individual licenses directly to the kids, right? Or that's through this?
I think it's through the school. I know that or I'm not certain how the licenses are going to work, since it didn't give a number of licenses. They just gave a number of schools they're giving them to.
Oh, okay.
It may be individual licenses depending on how many computers they have in their classrooms.
Still something for people's education.
Yep. And Jason asked me to look this up. The program itself it's still affordable, especially compared to things like Photoshop.
Not if you're an artist.
Depending. If you're just an illustrator and you want to use the program that's more suited for illustration and things of that nature, you still have access to I think most of the program to begin with, but it's about $50. The professional one, which is more for animators and comic book artists, is about $220. That said, they have half off sales at least twice a year, so you can get it for $25 and $110. But something of that value is being given for free to the schools. I think it's great.
No, it is. Absolutely.
Oh, never mind. Yeah. Yes.
So somebody contributing to education. Great. Thank you.
I mean, I'm honestly curious, how it works, because they used to give deep art program discounts to educational institutions. It's kind of an investment.
Yeah.
The students who learn on your program,
Oh,
if you stay up with
yeah.
the market, will continue to use it. So it's like an R&D cost, almost like.
Kind of like why I use Adobe.
Yeah,
So you learned on it, yeah.
They do that, and it's harder to do now with cloud licensing and whatever, and I'm not sure how some of that will work, but it seems to me like it'd be a really good investment just to give it to them while they're in school.
I like the idea of it.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Support these artists.
Especially with illustrators and animators and Photoshop users and stuff. It can be really difficult to switch to an entirely new interface and also create it. So
I pulled up the website, the TCEA website, to see if I could find some more information.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't find much more other than them talking about how Clip Studio Debut works, or Paint Debut works. How it's got many useful features. It feels natural. It's smooth. It works very well. The point is to basically just jumpstart that creative process and help kids realize their creative dreams if that is what they want.
Yay.
eligible schools are public and private schools with kindergartens, elementary, junior high, and high school. So it's eligible for all schools in Texas, essentially, that aren't preschools. So let's say that it goes to a middle school. Most middle schoolers, unless they've been very fortunate, don't have knowledge on how digital programs work. At least I didn't. I'm going based on, obviously, a different time period, essentially, and a different background. But my art of choice for digital art at that time was Microsoft Paint. So
hey,
it's still one of my favorite programs, and y'all can fight me. It's great.
Okay. See you outside after the show.
Bring it.
Of all the things I thought you guys would fight about.
Yeah.
I've got 20 on Quora.
Anyway.
But yeah, so all in all, this basically is like a let's jumpstart this. And from using Clip Studio, it does work a lot like Photoshop. So people that are used to Photoshop, there's not as much of a learning curve. There was a little bit more of a learning curve for me because I came from like Paint Tool Sci.
MS Paint.
And MS Paint. And Paint Tool Sci is its own brand of weird. But it was really easy to get the hang of. So I think it'll be a great tool for students to learn.
Nice.
Also, the pressure sensitivity is just... I'm going to stop being a spokesman now. Thank you.
No, that matters a lot.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah.
All right, Cass.
All right.
Go ahead.
Speaking of investing in the future,
Oh.
China. So the Chinese government is instituting a limit on minor gamers, actually. Basically, they will now have a curfew. 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. they cannot play video games. They are banned. And on weekdays, they are allowed to play 90 minutes. On weekends and holidays, they're allowed to play 180 minutes. And this is for the foreseeable future. There's one big question that I had as soon as I read that, which is how are they going to instigate it? And how are they going to enforce it? Basically, their online profiles, they're going to have to verify their identity with a form of identification and a picture of themselves. So it's a little nerve-wracking. And there was another question that I had that I'm going to go to our esports correspondent. No, Kat.
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. I was wondering, how do you think this is going to affect the Chinese esports scene?
I think what's going to happen is they're going to either put an exception in place. This was my first guess, like a license type or whatever, because they've always been like, oh, this is for the good for everyone, unless it, affects our performance on the world stage. Contenders is esports, Overwatch, like amateur scene. China had a reputation for being very, very good at it, but not old enough to play in Overwatch League. So they're all minors. Yep. So I think what's going to happen is they may put an exception in place if you're a pro or semi-pro gamer under a certain age. It's pretty widely known that esports players have to play 10 to 12 hours a day to keep their mechanics up. Other than that, I think it could be okay. I just hope that they, in spite of what we've seen in the past, keep their expectations like in check in regards to what they've allowed from their citizens or required of their citizens. I do have to say I thought of a different thing though just a few minutes ago. I was like, if I was living in China though, I'd be getting on at 10 o'clock p.m. every night.
Oh, cause
you don't have to play with kids anymore.
All the little twerps go away.
That's not always better, and there are gamers that are young that need help, and you absolutely should. But sometimes it's like babysitting, and it'd be nice to not babysit it.
When the 10-year-old keeps spamming thanks and telling me I'm trash, like a little bit of me.
It's that, or when they're like, Mercy's really meta right now. You have to play her because of her res mechanic is so OP, and I'm like, kid.
That's just when you tell them their IP address and what city and state they're in.
Dude,
shut up.
You don't do that to a kid.
That's
you're right.
To their parents.
I totally shouldn't do that and would never do that.
That's super creepy.
Some of us aren't too weird about it, like Jason is. We just don't.
When I hear a kid with the sound of voice of one of my children throw out a racial slur, no, I want to terrify them.
No,
I'm with Jason on that one.
No,
I mean you're the first one who said racial slur.
Yeah, normally I reserve it. Normally I reserve it for the special ones, as I call it.
So China is also instigating spending limits for their minor players.
Oh,
minor players sounds weird. Below 18 years old. Yeah.
Xbox users. What is minor user?
They're all Xbox players are banned. No, they're doing spending limits, which a lot of that has been kind of going around. England famously put in place some laws about loot boxes, and so this is kind of the same idea. They can't spend all their parents' money.
That was coming. Like, I don't care about that at all. Like,
yeah,
it does help discourage developers from making pay-to-play systems.
Yeah.
Because there'd be a hard limit on how much. I mean, it's all of China's population, and the limit is up to like $57 or something.
But they're still a bit overstepping.
But some of them were routinely spending $30 a day,
wow,
which is a lot. Except it was in yen, which was 300. I don't remember. Some other number yen, which
it was probably in yuan, not yen.
Yuan.
I'm like, why are they spending Japanese
Why are they spending
money?
Japanese money? It's right. Yuan. Which it came to $30 US, which is why I remembered it.
Yeah, if you're not spending it on toys, you got a problem.
Sure. We're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Anyway, Rick, go ahead and close this out here.
So I'm going to end on a high note because, oh God, the world's falling apart very, very quickly, more and every day. Oh God, we're all going to die. Batman might have a new butler and a new penguin.
Is this the high note?
Yes. Andy Serkis and Colin Farrell are both currently in talks to portray two of Batman's most iconic characters. Andy Serkis is in talks to play Alfred Pennyworth, and Colin Farrell is in talks to play Oswald Cobblepot, aka the Penguin. Andy Serkis, of course, has been in several comic book movies, Avengers: Age of Ultron, and Black Panther, to name a few, and then is well known for his work in motion capture, bringing characters such as Gollum in Lord of the Rings and Caesar in Planet of the Apes trilogy to life. And then, of course, Colin Farrell is going yet again into the comic book movie realm, having portrayed Bullseye in the critically slammed Daredevil from 2003, where he was Bullseye.
Andy Serkis played Bullseye?
No. Colin Farrell.
Oh.
No, Colin Farrell was Bullseye in the 2003. If you haven't seen it, it's only worth seeing it for Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin.
No, thank you.
Because, rest in peace, he was a great version of that. This will be the second time we will actually get to see a young version of the Penguin, as Robin Lord Taylor is currently portraying Oswald Cobblepot in Gotham, where he...
Not currently.
The show ended? Okay, cool. The show ended. That tells you how much I've seen Gotham, which I stopped after like season 2, I think.
Ended with a whimper.
It really got going in season 3,
So there you go. Well, he portrayed Cobblepot before he was the Crime Lord Penguin until later in the seasons, because he wasn't. And of course, Danny DeVito played an awesome version of him in Batman Returns from Tim Burton's version, and then also Burgess Meredith was Penguin in the 1960s version of Batman with Cesar Romero and Adam West and all them. So, also, I will address this rumor because it's been rumored, and no real reputable site has actually touched this. So take this with extremely grain of salt. But there are
that's
talks.
Why we're going to cover it.
Yes,
because they're reputable.
It's been out.
reputable?
No, not anymore.
No.
Go ahead, Dave Meltzer.
Go ahead.
Thanks.
And now whoop.
You can call me Uncle Dave.
Shoots and ladders.
There's been rumors that Matthew McConaughey might be Two-Face Harvey Dent.
I actually have heard that.
So that's been going around, but it's
no, thank you.
Weird websites, and until like Hollywood Reporter or
Hi.
All right. Until like Hollywood Reporter or Verity cover it, I'm not gonna believe it. So because I trust those websites.
Which face is he gonna be?
The Texas Spice.
Okay, so far we got our Batman, we got our Catwoman,
We got a Riddler,
and we got our Riddler,
and a Penguin, possibly
a penguin,
and
we got an Alfred.
Yes. Also, I am going to cover this because I thought it was really, really cool. Gives me much more. Makes me more excited for this movie. I might butcher his name. Ragan Machado. I think I'm saying that. He's an 8th degree red and black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Is currently training Robert Pattinson for the Batman. Machado has worked with several Hollywood stars such as Vin Diesel and Charlie Hunnam, and Keanu Reeves for the John Wick movies. So that gets me real excited because Keanu Reeves and John Wick was awesome. It's just
very, very brutal.
Yeah.
So we're getting a lot of characters in this, but are we ready for a Robin?
No, not yet.
Why?
Snore Batman. Snore Batman.
But no Robin?
Not yet.
No Dick Grayson yet?
No.
Genuinely, I think maybe in the next movie, but this is supposed to be very noir Batman, and Robin does not fit into noir Batman.
We could make him.
Ask Titan.
Actually, he can.
I mean, if we went with
if it's what's his name?
I mean, we're not going with
Dick Grayson is such a
Well, let's not go with Golly Gee Willikers Batman. Let's not go with that Dick Grayson. Let's update
No, but Dick
Robin.
Grayson being kind of a jerk and
Like
also being
Nightwing-esque.
really weird with the secrets about what he knows, what he understands, and what he
Plus,
tells. and what
I have to get
you
Dick
can play with it.
I have to get Dick Grayson as Robin so I can eventually get a Nightwing. And then,
Well, I mean, that's what Titans is for on the DC universe.
I bring Robin's storyline open to close in one movie and put Nightwing at the end of it. His
could
arc
Robin carry
is
his own
short.
movie?
No.
I mean, he's currently not carrying his own show, so
Oh, damn.
because they have other people on.
Pick the gloves
show.
up. Come on now.
Also, because Loki trash.
Robin is only
Raise those gloves.
interesting in the
Pour that
context
salt.
of Batman.
Yeah.
Like Alfred.
Teen Titans animated series.
I mean, Titans. Yeah, he is barely Robin.
Okay.
And
He's essentially a
somewhat
detective.
better. Like we covered him in Lego Batman. We're done.
So far for the cast list, for those that have not heard the cast list, it is Robert Pattinson as Batman, Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon. That one I'm very excited for.
Yeah.
Paul Dano as Riddler, and of course Matt Reeves is directing. Movie is set to start filming late 2019, early 2020, most likely early 2020, and then the movie comes out June 25th of 2021. So we've got that coming up. I'm very excited for this film.
Are we saying coming up?
Huh?
Are we saying coming up?
Sure.
All right.
I just see them casting names like I don't know, like Robert Pattinson is fine. That's whatever. I'm sure they'll have him whipped into shape by the end of it. But when you just it doesn't. There's nothing in there that's like super interesting to me. It's just like a bunch of big names. That makes me wonder what the character arcs will do because they're very capable actors.
Just give me a
There's nothing wrong
consistent
with them.
Batman series of movies, please. Okay.
Good luck.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Oh yeah, that
All
would
right.
be hard for them.
So anyway, that is the news. We do have we did finish out our Extra Life fundraising. Sadly, we fell short of our goal. We raised $360 of our $500 goal we were going for. Lessons learned, we're going to start a little bit earlier next year, put it out there more. But to all those that did donate, thank you very much. In total, though, we don't have a total for Extra Life as a whole. They're still calculating those numbers. But for Children's Health, which we were raising money for, $62,000. So kudos to everyone out there that donates. That's a lot of money that's going to go to helping a lot of programs, a lot of kids. Thank you, and enjoy your tax deduction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Look for us next year, and we'll need more of your money then, too. You'll want that tax break for next year.
And we'll do more shenanigans next year. It was kind of funny to do it this year, though, because, I hadn't had a lot of time to play video games. I've been really busy. I really wanted to play video games. So then it became, the thing I had to do that night. But then it was just to play video games.
I saw a lot of
Cass
Overwatch.
and I, marathon. Yeah, I played a lot of Junkenstein's Revenge, because it's my favorite.
We played a
arcade game.
lot of different stuff over here, including Smash. And
I'm just glad I beat you guys in one game of Smash out of 2 that I played.
We had a lot of games to play, but it was mostly
We
God
did
of War
when we played
and-
God of War for 3 hours.
bring my games back.
Yeah.
Anyway, but thank you out there, everyone that did donate. We appreciate it. And we'll see you next year when we go begging for your money again. So anyway, It is the holiday season. Well, you have what, 50 something shopping days until
like
Christmas, blah, 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 blah.
If Christmas is what you do.
But you all out there have a wonderful nerd in your life, like me, that you should be buying gifts for right now, like me, and sending them.
Get it done early.
Get it done early. Get me my gifts. Get gifts for the nerd in your life. Now, we can easily go, hey, here's the things that we want for Christmas, but we decided to change it up a little bit since we know each other. We thought we would pick a cast member and just pick gifts that they would want. Like, say, we're the person picking out the gift, and we got to go make this decision. So let's start off with Cora.
Okay,
Hey.
I think we should, like, if we're going to be doing it in a way that could actually help generate ideas, for the sake of this, we should categorize the type of nerd that Cora is, and then
do we categorize her, or do we categorize ourselves?
I mean, she would have to confirm them. I think.
Okay.
Like, I think of her as an artist nerd, an anime nerd, and a D&D nerd,
And a cosplay nerd.
and a cos. But that's not how I think of her primarily. We're
Yeah.
all like,
A little
even if
bit of
it's
that.
not
We're all
the first
cosplayers,
category, we're all going to fit into a ton of categories.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like top 3 or 4.
So you're not excluded from any
Okay.
category we didn't mention.
So should we just start? And
Yeah.
RPG gamer, big time.
So you're
Okay.
gonna buy her an
Yeah.
RPG game?
Oh yeah, something with, since the artist in her, and she does post a lot of different artwork, unique looking RPG games. From what I've seen her buy in the years I've known her, yeah, that's exactly what I would get Cora for a gift. In fact, one that I've gotten her before. So
Nice.
I think either like a body pillow with an anime character on it.
Yes.
Just because it would be awesome.
so let me tell you about this time that she had me go to Target for.
Like,
No.
She's turning red.
Oh wow.
Oh girl.
Let me tell y'all a story.
I feel like I know.
Let me tell y'all a quick story. My brother, to be funny,
Oh no.
bought me a Shiro body pillow, like Shiro from Voltron.
Nice.
Pillowcase,
That's
right?
amazing.
Yeah, the pillowcase,
So
but
you had a waifu.
I have a husbando pillow that I do sleep
Husbando,
with
thank you.
because body pillows are actually good to sleep
They're
with.
really good.
I just have a very embarrassing cover for it.
That's amazing.
With him in the armor on one side, which is the side that I sleep with, and then him naked on the other side with underwear, which is very uncomfortable.
We need visual evidence of this.
I am not
No.
ever.
No,
That is
no, we
never.
don't.
No, never, ever.
So
So-
either that
I
or
would-
like a commission of you DMing and all of us characters
Hey.
or something like
Oh,
that.
I would
was
love
the ones
that.
I had.
I would love that.
Cass?
The greatest. What is it called when you paint on a thing? It's called the greatest canvas that anyone has is their face.
You took
So
mine.
I would definitely take you on a shopping spree, like a makeup shopping spree.
There we go.
Okay.
Because it fits a lot into the artist. I feel like,
And we planned on it last year.
and we planned on it last year and then forgot.
You took mine.
Sorry,
I was gonna give her makeup. Like, here's all the makeup. Actually, let me see. I would actually, you know what? I would want to take you on an adventure through H Mart
Yes.
and all the, like. There's like the little Asian shopping centers like over there in Plano. Like, all right, here's $200. Let's go crazy.
Ooh.
You could
Teach
get
me all the
so much
things.
Skincare
I-
stuff. You could get so
I
much
would
soju,
like-
Tea,
you could
Bubba?
get so much.
There'd be so much Boba had. There'd be so much from the face shop bot.
Ramen.
Yes. Or
Or
Korean barbecue.
oh,
Because
oh.
unlimited meat.
Or Mandu. They have the best, like, every Asian country that I've seen has different versions of, like, dumplings. Korean steamed street food dumplings are called Mandu, and they're amazing.
I mean, their dumplings are delicious.
That
There's a place
sounds
down
good.
here that. Anyway, I can talk on and on about dumplings.
So,
So how did we do?
Hit the nail on the head.
Boom!
I would enjoy all
Boom!
of those, including another embarrassing anime body pillow.
so for the anime nerd in your life, maybe think of a trip to H Mart.
Trip to H Mart. Most of the makeup would be good. Body pillows. If you know which animes they like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Varying degrees of how personal that is.
All right. Cass, pick the next cast member. Since I picked Cora, so it's only fair.
Okay. Cat.
I have myself down as a D&D player, a DM occasionally, and
obviously cosplayer.
Cosplayer. Those were my primary categories, and gamer.
I think of you primarily as a gamer and a cosplayer.
Yeah.
Anybody want to go first with what you would get?
I would get...
what you would get a cosplay nerd, but also specifically
if it was a thing, because I'm gonna imagine within the next 2 years this is gonna be a thing, but like season tickets to esport events.
That actually I was very much hoping would be this year.
That's a good. That's actually a good gift idea.
Dallas Fuel will most likely have season tickets next year.
That's what I would get.
Awesome.
So you got an esport fan. There you go. Right. That's a great gift idea.
And by the way, you could buy them tickets for like one of the Dallas Fuel games potentially.
If I could, I would go big, and I would get you like box seats.
That would be amazing.
We
could invite Monty to hang out.
But the box, you get like food coming in.
But on the floor, you get to hang out with the casters sometimes, and hang out with the cosplayers.
But yeah,
that's one of the reasons we got into the VIP.
That's right.
People saw us at our cosplayers.
I think Dallas Fuel tickets or Call of Duty tickets for the 2020 seasons, which will happen some locally in Dallas, is a phenomenal gift. In fact, I should get
esports season tickets.
Cameron.
Now, me, I know you from, I know your editing work and everything, and your love for shooting and everything. So I honestly could get somebody like Kat some, it would be a great camera. The latest and greatest. Like, I don't know, that's a really expensive gift, but you know.
If you want to step it down a little bit, specifically for a photographer, a lens.
Yeah. Something that just makes that aspect of their job easier.
I was thinking
some
that
lenses
I've
are more
always
expensive
felt
than camera sets.
Weird about like camera stuff. It can be really hard and really personal to know which stuff to get them, and it's frequently it's going to be a lot.
It's definitely one of those things where you have to like know the person, like hear their gripes about something that they don't like, and I need to fix that.
That's how you know not to get me Canon.
My thing is also a fix for an issue that I've heard her complain about, an air compressor for her airbrush.
Pancake air compressor, not for the airbrush, for the critter gun.
For the critter gun.
That I don't have, but the critter gun is cheap.
Yeah.
The compressor is expensive.
It's an air compressor. Basically, make sure the critter gun, which basically,
what's a critter gun?
It's a mason jar with a trigger. So, like when you get an airbrush, you think you're going to be able to airbrush everything. It's going to be so easy. That's not true. You can airbrush 5 things, and you're going to spend 90% of your time cleaning out the airbrush, which it can be helpful. But 5 things, whatever. Critter gun is like an airbrush on steroids. It will spray contact cement. It will spray Plastidip. It will spray epoxy solutions, and you just seal it back with mason jar.
How much does this thing run?
The gun itself is only like $45, but you have to have like a $200 air compressor to run it.
Wow.
To actually get it,
like a big air compressor, like mine that I use
powerful
for
like a shop air compressor.
Okay, because I have one that I use for like when I do nails and staples and stuff like that. Wow, really?
Maybe. I'm going to look at yours and tell you whether I'm going to buy a critter gun and borrow your air compressor.
We may have found a idea for it.
But I would definitely get you that, or because I know you always need it, Sintra. Just a bunch of Sintra.
Let's see, since I know you like D&D and you appreciate it a lot, I would probably get you something like metal dice, something like that, where it either metal dice or what they call scientific dice. Scientific dice are they're specially made, and they do roll 50-50. They roll good half the time and roll bad half the time, so they're perfectly balanced. Unless you get the set that one of the players in my other game has, and he rolls crits.
Did he bake them?
No, he bought them, and I sit next to him and watch this happen as he throws it in the dice tower. He will get 3 crits in a row.
Damn.
And then after that, he will just never roll good again.
Perfectly balanced as everything should.
Dice for almost any D&D player. It can be on a
no D&D player will turn down dice.
It can be a wide range of how expensive it is, and really, like the qualifications are usually pretty.
Yeah.
Some people like me, like we want the numbers to be easily red.
That's about a big one.
And that's another good thing with some scientific dice is you get to paint the numbers yourself, so you get to choose the color that you can actually see.
Oh, that's nice.
Cool.
Yeah,
I like.
Yeah, that's my big thing. I never want to have to try really hard to read my dice.
Some of the pretty like elvish scripty dice are too.
So you don't want it in Roman numerals?
No.
No, I mean like color difference.
Oh.
Stop now.
Color
All
difference or a bunch of scribbling around it. Sometimes, like it's weird.
All right, we got some more people to get through. Kat, since we picked you, you're next. Pick a cast member.
I'm going to pick Jason. I have Jason down as a collector, toy collector. I don't know if you...
Why give it away?
Is that accurate?
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at the table, maybe.
Toy collector and a collector of like comic book things and a wide variety of TV show, pop culture, comic books, and collectors. So yeah.
I have down for Jason, I have, and this is true of almost any collector I've come across, is somewhere to put their crap. Cases.
Don't at me!
You're going to get Jason eBay?
Cases. Jason has my favorite display case of his looks like a staircase coming down. And it has like a fire escape.
Yeah,
super cool. So any place where they can put their stuff.
That's a really good one for action figure collectors.
Evidently, you're gonna get a fine for that fire escape. You cannot have that.
That's
it's an accident waiting to happen with just the Hulk up on the top level. Anyway, that's a great idea.
There's like 50 people on his 3-tier fire escape.
Hey, a friend of mine does a web comic, and they were looking for a guy who was a collector. Mm-hmm. And one of the girls is like, we know how to bring him out. And they bring out a little 3-shelf bookcase. And like, boy, is anybody just giving away this bookcase? And he just pops up like, yes. So, yes, that's a great gift idea, actually.
Stuff for his stuff.
Stuff to put the stuff on.
Because figurines don't necessarily feel like a good idea because I don't know what you have. I don't know everything you have, but I know that you always need room to put your stuff.
Yeah.
I actually, I saw something specifically today and watched Jason literally drool over it because I know that A, he likes collecting toys, B, he used to do models, and C, he loves Gundam.
He used to model?
That's what I thought first.
Wow.
I mean, look at that face.
I need before pictures.
There is a company, there's a Gundam line called High Resolution.
Tiny hearts.
Damn.
Hearts for Jason. That was me. Oh my God. You can be your own after picture too.
There is a new Gundam model line called High Resolution out currently.
Ooh.
And I saw him drooling over the one for Gundam Wing.
He's drooling again.
Specifically with the Wing Zero Gundam from Endless Waltz. So I would probably get him that because I know that he used to have that model and he no longer has it. And maybe he would like this one since it has a skeleton inside the model already. So you just basically build on it. So it's more sturdy and structured.
See, and this is what I was kind of thinking about would be an interesting idea to do this show is like you have people who have been with him and saw him in this moment wanting something. It's just gonna be different, and different levels of how close you are to someone and what you would get them that would be appropriate for
that wide-eyed, hunched over.
Yep.
If I tried to buy him a figurine, it would be garbage, probably.
See, what I would get Jason is I would take him with me and we would do the whiskey trail together up in Tennessee.
Ooh.
Where you have to hit, I believe it's...
You need to gift that one right there.
I believe it's 9 distilleries, and they're all within an hour and a half of each other.
I'm ready to die.
And what I was looking into it because I really want to do it, is once you go to one of them, you get a little passport, and you get a stamp at each distillery, and you get to do a tour of the distillery. You get to try all the different whiskeys they've got. You can buy whiskey. I know at Maker's Mark you can dip your own bottle. And, at the end, when you hit the last distillery, you get last stamp, you get a shirt that says I completed the whiskey trail.
That's so cool.
But
challenge accepted.
I think the furthest one away from all of them is maybe 2 hours, but everything else within hour and a half or less.
First of all, somebody's gonna have to drive me.
No, it's Kentucky.
Yeah,
it's Kentucky or Tennessee or Kentucky, one of the two.
Oh, where you can just drink and drive.
Yeah. So, This is something I really want to do. It's something I've talked to Chelsea with. Like, I really want to do the whiskey trail.
That's a trip.
So something. We're talking about different kinds of nerds for the alcohol nerd in your life.
Yeah. What? Hooch. But
No,
yes,
yeah, it absolutely works.
That's something I would love to do. Love to take Jason to, or give Jason to get a chance to go. Hey, here's a week. Go have fun.
Cool.
See, mine wasn't that good for Jason.
Oh boy.
Like,
There we go.
no, a bunch of, like, I was thinking, first of all, like, sometimes it's fun to identify the kind of nerd you are. There's a bunch of equipment that I can get that would be fun for us to nerd out over, since we do that anyway.
Yeah.
Like, stabilizing rigs.
We'd be sharing this stuff.
Yeah. I'd be like, this was all yours too, but I'm going to take it home for a while.
This is a gift, but we're clearly both going to use this.
So, like, there's always new lights, there's always new cameras, new tripods and stuff. But the other things I thought of was like stuff to help kind of protect the investments. Like, I know you always need more like stands for your figurines. Like, they'll break or you'll lose them or whatever eventually. Yeah. So a bunch stands for them to be displayed. Maybe
we lost one today.
So light up stuff and some like sheet protector for comic protectors are always a good. So because I don't know which figurines and which comic books and which whatever, just something to be like, I appreciate that this is important to you and you want it to stay nice. So here's crap that helps you do that.
And those are good ideas for like the toy and collectors. They to get them things where you don't have to get into their habits, but you can see this thing, know the shape of it. Yeah, I need to protect this thing.
Yeah.
So like it's like model kits that you
for the existing stuff. It's
trimming and whatever kits, that the eye loops.
Yeah, I like this thing you have, but I think you could display it better. This is a great idea.
Or just, I know that I don't know about it, but I know that you might need this base component, like cosplayers buying the materials is like that.
Cosplayer will always thank you for foam.
Yes.
Foam, Centra, glue, all the glue. You need 7 types of glue to be cosplay.
Wood glue, super glue, foam glue,
contact cement, super glue gel, hot glue,
Elmer's glue all. Well, glue all specifically because glue all is stronger than the regular Elmer's.
You need a
Gorilla Glue.
The only thing I use Elmer's glue for is a PVA cover.
Yeah,
because it dries clear in Mod Podge.
Thank you.
Oh, and gesso, if you count that. It's not really glue.
And plastic, if we're talking about like coverings. Yeah. That's a whole other category.
And that roofing cement.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, well, pick me. I'm picking Cass. Now, I'm going to admit, you're probably the hardest person I would have to pick a gift for. I know a lot of things you're into, but it'll be one of those, like, I know that you like, more indie, like, comic-related things, like Death and Morpheus. You like a lot of Neil Gaiman stuff. So you're a big fan of like the exceptional writing and things like that in comics. So I would instantly go for like trade paperbacks for some of our best comic writers. Would be my pick for something for you.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I was thinking about it, I was like, what the heck would I get her? Besides, you would be my gift card. I'm just saying. Like, I get you a gift card for like TNT Cosplay. Which TNT Cosplay, great place, by the way.
I meant to shout them out. Like, if you're going to get gift cards, which isn't a bad gift, and we're talking about that a little bit more later, but like boutique shops for things that they go to regularly, like TNT Cosplay.
TNT Cosplay. Also, particularly for me, a good one would be Joann's. I'm a seamstress.
Oh, yeah.
I'm supposed to tell people yet.
Oh.
We're supposed to go around and I'll say what we would get you.
But honestly, I would go for something like, and you probably have a couple of trade paperbacks and everything. So you go for something a little bit nicer. Like, I had a friend, he's a big Watchmen fan. So I got him the hardcover of Watchmen with like, a little bit better presentation of something of their favorite. They're probably not going to read this, but this is their display item of that. No, I mean, because they already own it probably.
I'm just learning. Go ahead. I was defending you.
I have the entirety of Sandman. I had already read it, but I have it, and I'm very glad that I do.
Right, and I'm sure you got it like maybe like regular. That's where you get like the hardcover. You get something nicer in this thing. This is their display piece or their collected edition of several comics that they would have. So something nice like that for the comic collector.
Having said that, I did figure out what I was actually going to do, so I put it on a different page.
And now she knows.
No, like, she does materials. I think seamstresses are a little bit, like, more difficult, you can buy me blank canvas type material like foam, and seamstress says she does foam too, but not as much. So like leather's good, and cast.
Well, you were eyeballing that leather I had over there.
Always.
I got
the eyes got crazy there.
I got big scraps of leather the other day. Like, I didn't know they made big pieces of clean suede. So I'm gonna make my own dice tray.
Nice.
But yeah, that, or like in your specific case, I know you want a PS4. But also I don't think we disparage each other for gift cards.
Yeah, no.
I would get you. See, I do like trips or season pass. I would get you season pass to the Dallas Music Hall, and for like whatever Broadway show season is coming up here in Dallas. That way you can go to shows.
Oh, like
knowing
the Dallas Summer Musicals.
Dallas Summer Musicals would be an awesome.
So, because I know how much you love musicals. I know.
Dear Evan Hansen's going on in the next month.
Yeah. And Hamilton just came through town, and it was funny enough, we actually ended up seeing it together but not sitting together, which I thought was pretty cool.
Incidentally,
that could be same show at the same time. So but yeah,
is that really that'd be more of a pricier gift though, right?
Yes. It would be. I mean,
not that much pricier than a trip to Tennessee or East Fort
or
City.
East
Fort
or
kind of
a whole trip to
still like Cora was saying for like the summer musicals.
Dang.
I mean, these are just ideas. So if it wasn't the whole season, maybe it's one.
Yeah, one or two shows would still be a good gift. Yeah.
And for the most part, I make my opinions known about which musicals I like and don't like.
I know you're looking forward to seeing Cats. I know you're going to skip Star Wars and see Cats.
Cats. I will go with you gladly.
For which one?
Cats.
I'm not going to go see
Cats. How dare you?
It was a joke.
Of course we're going to go see Cats.
Of course.
Like,
we are absolutely going to go see Cats, but I don't think you want to come with us.
Okay. All right, Corey. I'll go see it, but
to laugh hysterically through.
Yeah, we're going to...
that's fair.
Let's just stop with Cats. Corey, pick a gift for...
All right. So I would get you one of two things. I would either get you a really nice gift card to like Joann's or a store of that nature for you, or I would get you a really nice art book for one of your favorite games or media, I should say, because they make art books for more than just video games.
Like
Black Flag
art books or those things.
Like,
yeah,
because I think you would appreciate it. Plus, it would give a lot of those art books have like character breakdowns, and you would probably be able to look at the costumes easier than like trying to like zoom in on your phone.
Oh. Taking pictures, screenshots of videos. If there's a God of War one, like I'm just saying.
Oh, I can already tell you there's probably.
I totally got my wife the Fallout one for Fallout 4, the art and breakdown of it.
Sometimes it can be really specific. No, because you have to rent that book by the month.
Give us $20, you get a page.
Oh, get it? Because they're charging you now. Anyway, like if they have anything with the Valkyries in them with a really specific art breakdown,
dude, seriously.
In case we ever make giant pretty wings.
All right, we got one more here.
That's right. Y'all decide what.
I had you down as also a collector, but more like comic book specific collector in movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Memorabilia from movies.
Yes.
And yeah, also just like comic books and stuff, and you have a Switch now and all that, but mostly the categories I had was memorabilia for movies and for comics.
Sounds about right, yeah.
This is a little bit selfish, I think, but I would buy you games that I want you to play.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I bought you Black Flag or if I just complained enough that you got Black Flag. You
pushed me into it. But here's the thing, though. Yeah. So when we started our friendship 10 years ago, and then we started like really hanging out, I called you my TV drug dealer. Because you would say, hey, seriously, she's like, hey, watch 24. Hey, watch House. And I watched
The
West Wing, and I saw it, and I went head first into it, like, and I was binging, and I was like, I need the next episode. And
some of them it took years to convince him to watch, like Community,
particularly The West Wing. Took a hot minute. It usually does.
Another one besides Community.
Newsroom. Newsroom took me. Well, I watched Newsroom. Y'all told me about it, but I didn't want to watch it until after I finished The West Wing.
All right, this isn't about you. We're picking gifts for you. Shut up.
Funny anecdote. I can't help it. My brother refused to watch The Newsroom. I knew he would love it.
Which one?
Cameron. So I just started watching it on the plane on the way to Tokyo, just in front of him. Like, no, I know you're not going to watch it. I'm just watching it. And he got really into it. Like, what did they do? What is he talking about?
To be fair, he played Overwatch until you started liking it.
He did.
All right.
And showed me memes nonstop.
All right. Getting this train back on track.
Okay.
Gifts for him, though.
Gifts
this type
for
of
So games.
Definitely video games.
Okay, so like which one in particular right now?
I think I would get you Horizon Zero Dawn.
I have wanted to play that.
It is not exactly similar to Black Flag, but it's similar enough to like Black Flag and
but
even
it's a situation where they've missed out on great games. It's time to get your
I've been wanting to play that. I just haven't picked it up.
Yeah. For the gamer in your life, something that you think that they might like to play.
Especially if they missed out on it.
Yeah.
For me, I noticed we're getting back into collectibles, but one thing that you like a lot of is 1/1 scale collectibles, like your pilot helmets.
Yeah.
For the Star Wars, your WWE belts,
Yeah.
any type of 1/1 scale collectible. It's where it's tangible. Say you got like a comic book nerd, get them Captain America shield in the 1/1 scale.
Yeah.
Because not only are they going to hang that thing up and display it, but when you leave and no one's around, they're going to take that shield and be swinging it around and everything.
Oh no!
As a person that has 1/1 scale collectibles, like 1/1 scale lightsabers.
Yeah,
got those.
Yeah, those are great gifts because they can display it, you can look at it, but seriously, once
I legit took one of my lightsabers one time. I was drunk and started playing around outside in the rain.
Because everybody loves that.
Awesome.
It's tangible. It's something that you saw, and now you're holding it. So 1/1 scale collectible things. That's what I would pick for him. Like even your WWE. When we came over to watch WrestleMania, I had to take that thing and at least do it one time. Just
you had to do the rock pose. Yeah, hell yeah, you did.
I think I would get you either like a weird pop art commission of you as Princess Batman.
Yes.
Or
commissioned art. Great gift idea.
I would display the crap out of that.
Or
almost any cosplayer.
Yeah.
Shout out to Show Notes Studios.
Either that or like redo and properly like just adjust. I took a picture of you as Batman and then I put it in front of the city of Tokyo.
I remember. Yes, I actually that popped in my memories the other day.
Like blown up with the logo and the whole nine. Might be kind of fun. Or just commission somebody to make you the next fabric piece you need. Because you, like me, don't do a ton with making fabric stuff. So.
No, I commission it out.
Yeah, like I just tell Cass I'll build her something. She'll make my thing.
Yep.
Let's see. I would steal an idea from you and take you to a half-price books, give you a budget, and just tell you to go.
I would get all the records.
Because I know you like records. I know you like books. And they also have a lot of collectibles. They have a lot of classic things. They have a lot of things in that one store that you really, really like and that you collect or will enjoy. Be free.
I think one of my favorite things that I've ever found, there are a couple of things that I found at Half-Price Books, but like two of the things that I found that were absolutely awesome was the original cast recording of Sweeney Todd for like $10.
Ooh.
And I also found
which one?
Sweeney Todd, original cast from Broadway.
Broadway cast?
Yeah, on vinyl for $10. I also found the Leopold, I think that's how you say it, Philadelphia Symphonic Orchestra doing the score for Fantasia on vinyl for like $10. So that was some of my favorite finds there. But yeah, no, I would love all these gifts because I mean, that's all stuff that I would be very interested in trying. I mean, I still consider you like my TV drug dealer, and they haven't really suggested any shows recently.
Well, I think we did pretty well for picking out gifts for everybody.
I think most people, things that you wouldn't necessarily think of that most people will appreciate are some kind of an experience. Yeah. If you don't necessarily know what to get your friend, maybe go shopping with them. Maybe let them loose a little bit. And one thing that we mentioned that we wanted to mention, gift cards.
Yeah. Gift cards are not a bad gift, especially for cosplayers. Because we don't know what we're going to need 6 months from now.
I do. Center and phone.
Okay, but also maybe something else.
You took the less Kit Kat.
Maybe 3D
this is an
printer
audio nightmare.
filament But yeah, like gift cards, I did want to mention with gift cards, like if you can support smaller shops that you know they use, gift cards to those. Like Joann's is great, but TNT Cosplay is also great if you can support
and local.
The businesses, the small ones within that. That's good too. I wonder if they even sell them at the Fabric District.
You need to take a trip over there.
I don't know.
It is knocked out by
not TNT. The Fabric District.
I thought of one more thing. Setting up, getting like a local photographer and paying them like, hey, here's $150. Just reach out to this person or say, hey, you have a photo shoot with said photographer for this cosplay, and you're gonna get like 50 images. Like to set up a date with them, and you're paid to go. Just go do it.
That's a great idea.
Sure, pre-hiring photographers is a really good idea. Experiences rate the highest psychologically as far as memories go for gifts. So yeah, I think everybody likes to see really nice, pretty pictures of their hard work.
Don't get that for me.
Get that for you. Rude. Well, I've got some garbage photographer gonna do it for free.
No,
after she builds my prop.
No, I don't want.
We appreciate all photographers, garbage or not.
Oh, okay. I was like, don't pay cat, I guess. Screw you. Get it, but pay me.
All right. Well, that has been our gift giving guide episode. Good idea for your show. This is actually a lot of fun.
Worked out. Yeah.
We have one more show before we go on our holiday break, at least for the live show. Next week, it will be our best of 2019. Make sure you tune in for that. We'd love to see you here. And then we're going to take our break for the holidays and not stress out about doing a live show. But we'll be back after the new year with changes. We'll be doing things.
Season 9.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So tune in next week. Of course, follow us on all our pages, facebook.com/SCNS Live or at SCNS Live on Instagram and Twitter. You can also like and subscribe and obey to our channel. I've been playing Borderlands.
Our channel just says
like, share, and obey. On YouTube and on Twitch. We will be broadcasting some D&D this weekend.
Yes.
It said SCNS.
It said SCNS. It was so cool.
Oh.
I thought it said...
How the hell? Really?
Yes.
But it didn't.
I figured out
Somebody take a picture
of the show while you guys were talking that there's in Snickers is all the letters for SCNS.
They don't give us money, but they should. Anyway, if you want to follow us personally, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JasonTheX.
You find me occasionally on Twitter or on Instagram at BetterCat.
You can find me on Instagram. I rebranded. You can now find me at the Good Cast or the Bad Cast, depending on what quality of pictures you want.
I did like that pants one you put.
Thank
the waiters.
Yeah. The Bad Cast. It's all terrible, terrible pictures.
But they're awesomely terrible. You can find me.
Fit in with a lot of Instagram.
You can find me on Instagram under NerdyRick89. I'm doing the 365-day challenge. Today was day 311, just like the band.
Wow.
Yeah, we're getting up to 365. We're almost there. Also, this is my last show in my 20s.
Hey.
Next week, when we come up for the last show of the year, I will be at the big 3-0. So I'm getting old and I'm going to die.
Oh, shut up.
365-day challenge, and of course, Super Cool Nerd Nation coming back real soon. Work's slowing down a little bit for me, so I can do that. And also for a new show coming out soon, the Super Cool Booze show. I'll be doing different cocktails inspired by different just nerd stuff. For Loco with Rick and Morty.
And I'm the tester for them all.
Super Booze
Sounds
Cool
good.
Show.
Something
Cool.
like that. I'm still working on the name.
Super
Boozy Nerd Show.
Booze Cool Nerd.
Cora, where can we find you?
Right, you can find me
Booze,
on
booze.
you can find me on Instagram at Corodono. It's spelled down below. You can also find me on Twitter at Hawksperch, where I scream into the void about Suikoden. I'm also doing the Suikovember art challenge, so drawing Suikoden
What's
as much
that
as
about?
literally drawing as much Suikoden as possible for the month of November. A friend of mine and I on Twitter came up with a prompt list, actually. So I'll be following that prompt list as much as possible to, post more art of Suikoden. Today's is Gamble. Look for Gamble later tonight.
Nice.
That's all I got.
All right, that's it. We will see you guys next week for the last show where I always say, I don't want to go. Anyway.
I'm looking forward to it.
We'll catch you guys then. And as always, keep
on nerding.
I'm not
Still
throwing
got
away
you.
my shot.
I'm going to get you.
No, you won't.
There's chocolate on my phone.